Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL ESEA Pro League. It is time for Virtus Pro versus TSM. And you may have noticed there is no grill anymore, so you're going to have to get inventive in Twitch chat. Probably like ESL casters, some sort of smug face, I don't know, something like that. Get into there. But it is Mitch Leslie. He's back with me once again at Ubershouts. Don't forget to follow him on there. But let's talk about the game. Let's get into this matchup because Virtus Pro just scraped the way back out of SK Gaming there. 16-13. Not convincing performance, but I kind of feel they weren't really taking it too seriously. But now they're up against Team Solo Mid. Now, we just had the knife round, and I believe the match is underway. Yeah, we're into the pistol straight away. TSM starting on the CT side. Now, yeah, we don't want to dwell on last match as well. It's pretty clear to Virtus Pro that they probably won't be qualifying for our finals, so I can understand maybe them taking the foot off the gas here. But this game, surely they definitely want to give Solo Mid a run for their money if they possibly can. It's Virtus Pro on the terrorist side here, and we do have 3 set up in mid connectors for the most part, and Neo and Pasha playing quite passively back here as they join forces in mid. We've got 4 Virtus Pro players in mid pushing forward, and Device almost smells that out early. He's backing up to A. Yeah, I can see them come in. Carrigan was quite far up long A, and he has managed to reposition, covering off the angle. So 3 members at TSM. Looks like Zipnix is already making the rotate as well. So there's going to be 4-man stack from TSM as soon as they get vision. There's Device. Getting a little tag over towards, I think it's Neo and Pasha that are pushing in. They're going to go on towards site. Neo, Carrigan pops it out and catches a couple down, and TSM, they were ready for that. Perfect position. When you got a 4-man stack on A side, it's very, very hard for a team to flush you out, especially when you're lacking in utility. So Virtus Pro not able to pick up the pistols, and you can see the FAMAS is starting to stack in there for TSM. It's going to be a rough start for Virtus Pro. Absolutely, and of course Virtus Pro split to start with, and then joined with 4, but as I said, Device very quickly smelt that out, and Solo Mid easily enough there. Here we go. So as you said, well, FAMAS here as well, Zipnix with the P90, and Virtus Pro seem to be sticking together here for the most part. They might be heading over towards B now, as Zipnix might be able to read this out quite early here. He's already in construction. Smoke is up. The question is, will he push through it? No, he'll likely wait here. I mean, I can just see this going badly for Virtus Pro if they get caught by a Zipnix or someone around a corner here, but they're not moving too far for now. Pasha is sort of up towards the middle of the map, just in party there as well. So he just looking for some opportunities to open up. He's not going to find a lot, though, where he is now. But he is getting a lot of information saying, hey, there's actually no one around here, so danger, guys. It may well be stacked out and B. Now, Device will find Pasha. Pasha gets that little challenge out with the Deagle, but everyone from Virtus Pro is starting to creep their way through tunnels. Zipnix is going to be the man that's just going to get the information. He's hopping, skipping to try and get that peek over while Pasha distracts him. He's brought 3 members of TSM over towards A. This is a great little rotation that Virtus Pro are forced out of TSM. Not necessarily what VP were aiming for there, but still, all's well that ends well now as TSM set up to defend this one. There's a lot of smokes coming in on towards this side as well. They're rotating. Look at this. Look at the minimap. They're all piling over towards A side. Taz and Piali already at restrooms. Neo with the bomb. They're pushing on through. And they've drawn TSM. 3 members, 4 members over towards B side. They're going to push in. Carrigan's the only man holding this site, holding the fort down right now. He's vital, and he's picking them off one by one as they push in on site. Taz trying to get tagged out there. They do finally get in time, but Carrigan just bought all the time that TSM needed. And Virtus Pro, while they had the numbers advantage, couldn't get rid of that cheeky FAMAS. Seemed like much more of a trickle of Virtus Pro in towards A than a rush there. And Carrigan, as you said, just got to sit back. 1 bullet was all he needed to get rid of Pasha. And the rest, as they say, was history. TSM now looks like they may even persist here with some MP9 here for Cajun B. And a couple of FAMASes here for TSM. So, again, not really spending too heavily here at this stage. Whilst Virtus Pro, again, going to go for an absolute clean eco here, not spending any money whatsoever and hoping to at least inflict some financial damage on the Danes. Yeah, they're going to try and do something. It's a full Glock train. They're just going to try and just whittle anything. I mean, they haven't really been too successful. They haven't got too many kills early on, so they are going to be completely brassic. No money at all. Dupree does find himself an easy one on snacks there, and this is probably going to be the story of the round, I feel, as the rest of the Virtus Pro try and play in and around restrooms. Very easy setup for TSM here to just defend.
And TSM not making targets of themselves as well. You can see they're taking these shots, they're pulling back, the smoke went down as well, and Dupree is still being very conservative behind that. Virtus.pro stacking up here in mid as well, hoping to maybe just bring all three of those Glocks to bear on a single target, but there it is, Device picking yet another one off, and he'll find Bialy as well. Bomb is loose, and Taz, with it all to do and just a Glock in his hands, will surely be shut down in the coming moments.
Yeah, TSM just forcing them to funnel, using that smoke to the left-hand side of restrooms, and Device just to clean up crew, just forcing them. They have to go through restrooms, there's no smoke there. They didn't have any other way to play it, and Device just steps in manly and takes them all down. But here we go, this is the rifle round from Virtus.pro, but again, very much lacking in utility. You can see they're just about forcing a couple of flashes and the odd smoke here and there. Molly, though, being picked up for Neo. So we'll see whether this goes over towards B site. Whether they're going to try and challenge out a monster. No AWP still yet for TSM. And actually, Carrigan and Dupree hanging on to those FAMASes. So we'll see. It does look like it's going to be a B hit, though. But Taz with the bomb going out connector could get stopped by Dupree.
Dupree read that well, in fact, in mid. He's going to throw a smoke out already. And this is going to let Cajun B sit back in construction as VP hopes to punch through there initially and then maybe make some sort of other rotation. Flash comes out. Snacks might try and push this one. But Cajun B is there, waiting to go down already. Easy as you like. TSM have already stunted the push of the spearhead of VP.
Yeah, and that's the bomb. That's tragic for Virtus.pro. Cajun B just literally sat in the corner. Nobody managed to see him crouching there. Like a tiger, he pounced. Virtus.pro, though, going to work the way in towards B site, but it's an unorthodox approach for them because they have to get in and around the side. And with Dupree, Cajun B and Zipnik's all holding the angle, Device is on the crawl. He's coming around the back of them. This is buying time. 50 seconds on the clock. They have to push through tunnels. They're going through the smokes, and it's just not working. Zipnix is getting the spray through there and managing to find targets. Pasha got tagged up heavily, and Device comes around the back for cleanup.
Neo, last man standing here as well. This definitely hasn't worked out at all for Virtus.pro here. The first gun round being completely shut down. Only the one casualty on the side of TSM. So Virtus.pro have only really been able to make a minimum amount of money off Team Solo Mid at all here as well. Funny that you say these things as well, because last time these two teams met, it was Virtus.pro 16-5 in a dominant performance. But after maybe their first game tonight, some maybe doubts over their performance here, and Team Solo Mid looking very strong.
Where was that on? Is that on Overpass? Or?
It was Overpass.
I was going to say, because it was 16-11 on Mirage on Tuesday, I believe it was. And actually, Virtus.pro started off 10-5 up on the CT side of Mirage, and then just couldn't pick up a T-side round for love nor money, which is why TSM closed out the game. And that was obviously Tuesday in the Pro League, but I'm guessing they played recently.
Face it 3 days ago.
Face it, yeah, I'm going to say they played a lot leading up to the major, which is, you know, actually a very good sign for TSM overall. You know, they've looked pretty confident throughout, but Overpass is a map that Virtus.pro have played a hell of a lot of. The most played map for them in 2015 so far, but TSM are TSM at the end of the day. Very solid, very strong team, and as you can see, just the pistol round for Virtus.pro getting picked apart here. No surprises. Passion, unfortunately, in a 1v5 situation, not going to come out on top with that Deagle, making it a solid 5-0 start here for TSM. And look, as Pan is just showing us, they've killed, what, 2, 3 people, 4 people overall the entire game so far in 5 rounds. That's not good news for VP.
To reflect on that scoreboard as well, and of course in the account balance of Virtus.pro right now. And at least Neo can buy up here in AWP and see what Virtus.pro can do with it. They haven't managed to finally sort of build up some sort of money, but again, if this sort of crashes on TSM like waves on rock and doesn't have the effect required, VP are going to be in the hole in a really big way. They haven't planted the bomb yet this game as well. That's one thing. They haven't been able to really break through the front line of TSM, and that has got to be a worrying sign.
Neo delicately trying to look down long, but nobody challenging him. It's all been about B side. Bialy's not been too successful over there. Neo, did he just catch a glimpse of Dupree? I don't think so. His Device is down long. Virtus.pro are stacking this way. They want to start heading long. No AWP still for TSM. No reason to go to it, honestly. Ooh, quick tag on Device there. That's going to give the information. Okay, 1 down long. But is it more? And it is. It's 3 members. Pasha, Snacks, and Neo all heading that way. Now Taz has got to check around this corner. He flashes out Dupree, but it's a counter flash, but Taz will come out on top. And now problems for TSM. The rotate is on. They're all going to get an A site before Virtus.pro get there. Now VP on Cobble were very slow to take this approach, and it seems they're doing the same again.
Device was with enough time to get back here as well, so they can set up for this one. At least as Pasha, though, does take down that Device man, of course, as they come in from long. He is quite low, just 1 point of health for the man himself, and Carrigan needs some help from Cajun B. He's coming, but maybe not fast enough.
Carrigan got a feel he would have found the head there. Took a little tag towards it, but didn't manage to get it. It was Bialy, I think, that was around that corner, but he's in a great position to stop them, but he will get caught out. Now, bomb plant should go down. Snacks is getting that in. Pasha will find another. That's KGB dropping, and Zipnik's all alone, coming through connector. But Bialy has his sights trained, and he's going to tag him up heavily and find the head in the end. So, first round Virtus Pro. It was slow and methodical, no doubt about it. They took the time to get in towards A site. TSM had rotated, but just couldn't keep them at bay.
Yeah, it seemed that TSM were in position. Virtus Pro at least gave them that opportunity, but they weren't hitting their shots at all. It was a nice little couple for Pasha as well, as he was definitely asking some big questions through the long side of the map here. So, again, TSM can still afford to buy, of course. It's just a device with the AWP, though, but still plenty of utility, plenty of all that good stuff they're going to need to repel this push from VP.
So, 4 members of VP heading towards B site this time. Bialy and Snacks. Can they get any early aggro? But look at Karrigan. Karrigan's all the way around. He's completely give all TSM the information. They know it is a B hit because there's nobody to be seen. They haven't got information on connector. They know that Taz is probably down there, but Karrigan is so far up. It's giving so much information to CSM. Look at them, all rotating. It's going to be a 4-man stack on B site before VP get there.
And it's a shame for VP. They didn't really push that fast. Device and Dupree were way out of position, running to try and get back to B. They couldn't go through mid because Snacks was there. But VP have actually sustained a casualty in the process of trying to set up here. Here come the smokes, here come the Molotovs as well. KGB's feet getting a little bit crispy as he's forced to back away from that one there. 4 smokes covering the site and sort of protecting that from TSM as they peer in towards it. But still, Virtus Pro haven't made the main hit.
Big push through Monster, but look at Karrigan. He's going to get right around the back of them. Gets himself 1 and a second, and this is tragic. He finds the bomb planter as well. Hits a 3-man, and TSM just clear out Virtus Pro in clinical style. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Nobody, but nobody was looking that way. Normally, they was leaving Pasha just around long just to keep distracting, but they decided that 5-man stack, and TSM just made them pay.
Absolutely, and honestly, Karrigan wouldn't have got there in time if Virtus Pro didn't take their own sweet time and actually making that hit towards that side. I think losing, it was Neo, one of their players early in the round, probably slowed them as they pushed onto that one. Smokes were up, but they weren't even looking or challenging for those frags, and unfortunately that is time wasted and time that Karrigan spent to get the kills on towards him. Now, Device pushing towards mid here with the AWP, and Dupree again setting up towards mid. Taz is actually being very tentative about this time.
He's got the bomb in his hand. He's got to be very careful if he's making that push down connector. It was him that got took out early, and it was the bomb that got dropped down there again. Neo is pushing forward. Now, Device is holding the angle, and unfortunately, Device is pretty much man of the moment in Counter-Strike. Arguably the #1 player in the world right now. Very hard to take down, and now with an AWP in his hand, Pasha's going to find a hard time as he tries to push on him. Instead, they're going to go towards restrooms. Now, Dupree lurks the other side of that smoke where Snacks is peering. TSM playing this by the numbers very cautiously. Virtus Pro again, this slow methodical approach, it's not really catching TSM off guard. Oh, Device just got a glimpse of Pasha's toes.
Dupree thinking about pushing through smoke. This guy is the classic flash himself through a smoke and push on kind of player, but he opts to just sit back this time as well. TSM are more than happy to let Virtus Pro play this slow game.
They're going to try and rotate towards B side. Bialy and Taz lining up. KGB's looking. Now, did he get the information he needed? I don't think he caught a glimpse of Bialy there, but they know that something's up. Karrigan has joined them. It is still, of course, 20 seconds on the clock. Taz has got to push through here. KGB in a perfect spot. Pops around the corner. They can't get the bomb down now. VP should just try and save something from this round, but instead, they get massacred. They are being mauled right now by TSM. 7-1. Big score already.
Well, this is the slow play thing as well. Team Solo Mid, they don't actually have to stall Virtus Pro so hard early in the round. They're doing it themselves. And then you saw just towards the end there, the pipe, the Molotov, the smoke going off, and then you put Virtus Pro in a position where they don't have a margin of error. They don't have a plan B anymore because they simply don't have the time to adapt and change their strategy. So they just have to throw themselves into the crucible, as it were, and try and make something of it. And so far, it's put them in a 6-round hole.
Yeah, and they're really struggling to make any effect. Now it's going to be a straight-up Glock train, straight towards KGB. Gets flashed out, but that nade's going to come through. They do manage to catch him pretty easily, but Zimix finds 1, which is all he needed to try and slow this approach down. Gets himself a second from Pit. No, Neo turns it around. Karrigan around the back, gets himself 1 on the bomb planter. Now that bomb is loose. He's going to find Bialy as well. And the rest of TSM now coming in. Still 3-on-2, but it should be cleanup duty. Last man in Pit is Neo, who does get 1 down. Made it costly, but unfortunately they didn't even get the plant down in the end. So 8-1 is the score. Maybe that's what they got to do. Maybe when they get these rifles, maybe they need to speed things up, because they caught TSM kind of napping there. And if they had rifles, perhaps they would have come out better.
Again, it was Carrigan starting to style himself here as a master disruptor coming around from sandbags as well. Another angle the Virtus.pro just weren't watching. Quick double, slow them up. Rest of TSM gets there, easy as you like.
Good lord. Device is on 14 kills, 1 assist, 1 death. 1 death in the entire game so far. And we're in round 10. Make that 15. He is picking Virtus.pro apart.
He's playing very, very well right now, and TSM are just using that as well. They can, he can be the focal point. They can sort of work around him on the periphery here, and you can see the Snacks is hoping for an opportunity out of that mid connector here as well. A couple shots come down. He does manage to gun down Zipnix, but Cajun B, a little bit slow to react, does find the frag in response.
I just wonder whether he's the reason that they keep hitting B site now, because they're getting picked apart over here as well. Just trying to play away from Device effectively. Pasha in a 1v3. Very tricky situation for him, and his Device that gets himself another 16 kills and 1 death is pretty mighty. Now, this is the man that almost got 30 kills in one half. 29, I think he hit on Inferno at that one point. Are we going to see the same again? Now, you wouldn't have thought it on Overpass. We are at round 11 as well, so he's got to go pretty big in the next few rounds to do that. But it is just pistols again for Virtus.pro. They are really struggling here.
Again, this is looking very grim for the Poles at this stage now, as they have to, again, try and create something out of relatively little. Can see this time TSM with a bit more of a stronger presence towards long as well, using Dupree and Device there. Virtus.pro wouldn't be terrible for them to punch straight through mid here as well. This is a big gap.
They've gone straight through the restroom. Look, Carrigan's actually the only man now on the rotate. Taz is almost in A site. They've pushed through restrooms. They have to realize there's someone pushed up long. They're not going to find him, though, but they delay again themselves. They could have actually just walked straight in there. They only had pistols. They had nothing to lose.
Don't know what's going on with Virtus.pro here. They just want to take their time, but Device again finds himself on that kill feed. Almost finds a second with a CZ, but Carrigan is there to contribute from the left side. Make it 2. Lord. Will he make it 3? Zipnix, though. He wants to get involved as well, and a lobs nade through there. Will claim Bialy, and there is Device. And Team Solid Mid look untouchable right now.
Absolutely. They can't seem to put a foot right. Very much a damn squid, I believe this match is what we'd refer to as 10-1, although probably nobody outside of England understands that reference, but nonetheless, 10-1 is a pretty mighty score on the CT side for Team Solo Mid. Coming into this one, very much on top. Fnatic, of course, did manage to beat them the other day. Crazy match, that one, by the way.
Intense.
I managed to watch. Intense is definitely the word. Carrigan went huge in that game as well. But it wasn't quite to beat, going to overtime, but Fnatic, TSM, it's the old rival battle, and I'm hoping we see it at the major finals.
Well, Cajun B always can be counted on for those crucial frags. He was mid-rotation as well, and he still managed to stop and gun down Bialy. Device went down to 1 health earlier in the round here as well. He's maxed out money-wise as well after last round, so he is just rolling in it so far. Virtus.pro seem uncertain. Neo, Snacks, and Taz trying to create some opportunities here through construction through the middle of the map. And then as Neo and Pasha now sitting back towards their own spawn, they're really unsure of where they want to go here. And this is aggression purely from Dupree.
He'll hear footsteps. There you go. He heard the footsteps go past. He hears the rotate. That's all the information he needed. That's Neo and Pasha that's going past. Now, the problem is the bomb is still actually at B. Dupree's going to go up the ladder and try and get around the back of them. Neo and Pasha pushing into restrooms. This might actually be fake information. This might backfire on TSM because they're stacking 3 over A site. But I think Snacks and Taz, I think they're going to go through connector in towards A site. Yeah, they've smoked off B, they're pushing in towards it, and Dupree's going to be in a perfect spot to catch him with connector.
Oh, this could be good. Snacks goes down. That's the bomb loose as well. Taz, he's in trouble. He doesn't want to poke up and try and pick that one up as well. Dupree will be watching the whole time, and VP, that strat again, just got completely cut off at the knees.
Well, Pasha's got himself into sight. He has fine Carrigan. There's a wall of smoke down. They're just waiting for Taz to get in and get the plant down. But by the time he gets there, that smoke might be cleared. And Dupree still hasn't been dealt with, remember. He's still in restrooms coming around the side. Device still alive. And 1 hit point still takes down Pasha. And he manages to get Taz too. Device, you are unstoppable. Just 1 hit point is all he needed. And now he's on 20 kills in 12 rounds. Just single death so far.
Really is just astonishing from this guy as well. And it's not as if he came out of nowhere, but his performances in recent times have just been mind-blowing. Look at this, so brazen as well. He'll re-peek now with the AWP to get the pick on Taz. So much confidence from the man as well. It's amazing what happens when he can play like that.
Just the balls that man had. I mean, to be fair, I guess he's thinking, well, I'm at max money. I got literally nothing to lose to go for this re-peek. Dupree was coming around the back. Everything was set up for them, but TSM seem to be reading Virtus.pro like an absolute book right now. Bialy has managed to get himself pushed through tunnel quickly early, but Zipnix is going to try and chase him out. He does find him. So that's Bialy going down. Dupree holding the angle along with Device down in connector. Taz is about to peek around this corner, creeping. Device feels that somebody's managed to push up on him, though. But it's Dupree that's going to find the action. Neo pushes on. Taz will get taken down by Device. And now Carrigan, he's going to get dropped. That's A-Long cleared out.
It looks like Neo is going to waste no time in getting down there as well. Device tries to 1v1 against Snacks and get aggressive, but still Snacks is going to be able to hold his ground a little bit there. Neo thought about pushing towards A.
I think they're going to rotate. I think Cajun B might catch them, though. And they were looking towards it. Xyp9x and Cajun B are in such a difficult position. Cajun B is going to go big here. Neo will get the plant down. And they're actually going to stack it the other side away from restrooms because they know they don't have position from this one. So Neo planting correctly. They have site covered.
Desperately, Virtus.pro need this round. They might not have it yet as KGB takes down Neo. It's the 1v1. Pasha does have the health, though. He's just on the other side of that smoke. And he's hoping for a gap in that one.
Oh, he just backed away. Pasha in the corner. And it's a real tricky situation. KGB is going to have to peek it and fire first, but just looked away at the wrong moment, thought it was cleared out. And Virtus.pro finally get a second round on the board, but you got to feel it's too late. They're going to have a mammoth turnaround here to try and get anything from TSM. They built up such a huge bank that they can just rebuy up and probably again it. Because look at Device. He buys himself an AWP and still has 6K. Spent 9,500 this round. Just throwing money around.
It's just not enough for Virtus.pro right now, really. I mean, Taz has only got himself a Tech 9 there as well, and limited utility for that team. Device aggressive pushing again. This guy has so much self-belief. Let's see how it translates into his gameplay. He looked for Snacks, though. Smoke was up there, and he's just going to have to sheepishly back up. Yeah,
he realized he was in a dangerous spot there. Snacks is going to push the smoke, but they're still with the P250. He almost took down Snacks. Didn't really have the support from Dupree he needed. Dupree, meanwhile, will get picked off in restrooms, and now Carrigan trying to hold them back from A site. He did it before. KGB finds his Bialy, and again, Carrigan gets another as they try and push up. Xyp9x has the angle. Stepped away the second Neo showed, but he realized it. Now, KGB is on the wraparound. They have to come at this at the right time, at the right angle. Pasha's going to get the bomb plant.
Xyp9x needs time. He needs to sort of stall out for KGB to get there, but he'll take Neo on head-to-head anyway. The bomb goes down. Xyp9x backs up as he goes very, very low, and Pasha will try and buy himself a bit of freedom to cross here. He wants to go for Xyp9x. He wants to turn this 2v1 into two 1v1s, but Cajun, great positioning.
So well played. So well played. Xyp9x literally backed up. He's like, he's going to push me here. He has to come at this angle. KGB is like, okay, I'll run right through restrooms all the way around long. I'll have the angle. And he manages to shut him down. 12-2 for TSM. This is very much a one-sided show from TSM, no doubt about it. Envy, of course, coming up next against TSM on Inferno. They're going to be watching this with great interest because this is going to be a tough TSM they're going to be facing. I feel Virtus.pro just been picked apart. Whether they've just got lazy, whether they've just got lapsadaisical after the SK game, or like you said, maybe not taking the Pro League quite so seriously now they've got so many losses under their belt. This is looking like it's going to be, what, the 9th, 10th loss for them now? Probably not going to see them in the Pro League finals this year.
No, I don't think we will at all. I don't think there's any chance here, but there might be a chance for this round as Virtus.pro want to get aggressive. We've got to come on Mac 10 in there as well. Some SMGs, but it's just not going to be enough. Carrigan shuts down Pasha, and Cajun just trying to work behind those barrels. Carrigan gets his second as well, and Xyp9x also gets involved. It's a bloodbath, and Team Solo Mid, they write their name in it.
13-2. Massive, massive CT side from TSM. Huge stuff. Dominant performance overall. Device leading the charge for his team, but really overall, the whole of CSM just playing brilliantly. Virtus.pro unable to find any foothold, any really angles in there. And obviously led from the pistol round onwards. Hoping they can get things back underway here because Virtus.pro, I don't know whether they're going to have some sort of discussion think, what the bloody hell has just gone wrong?
You know, it's so hard to deal with TSM now, especially with Device playing the best CS of his career. You know, okay, so you deal with Device, then what? Carrigan's going to be there, Dupree, KGB coming in from off angles as well. There's just so many hurdles that you have to jump if you want to try and get through a team like Solo Mid. And pound for pound, Solo Mid stack up far stronger than Virtus.pro in this match. Yeah,
we should also talk about Carrigan. He's stepping up, but once again, Carrigan's been huge, by the way, obviously since he's gone full-time, and that's the big thing for TSM. All of these players have gone full-time recently, probably over the last 2, 3, 4 months. And it's showing. It really is showing. They are really a very performing team. That's horrific. I missed a word out there. A very overperforming team. I don't know. That's a little unfair because they were always classed as the chokers. They were always the there or thereabouts. But right now they are definitely there. The question is, can they go one step further next week in Cluj? Can they take the major? They have to really reach the final for anyone to really give them that mantle of saying they're #1 in the world. Or will Fnatic get their 4th? Who knows? That's coming up soon. 13-2 the still score. And the pistol round about to go underway.
I think it goes without saying that this is mandatory for Virtus.pro to win this one out here. Pasha goes down to 1 HP. He's going to be a smoke up here from Snacks as well, as they actually combine really nicely over on A. And TSM being blocked out for the moment.
Yeah, don't write TSM out just yet. 50 seconds on the clock. The rotate is coming. KGB is going to be the man that slows them down and actually gets a shot onto Pasha, which is forced Virtus.pro to stay. Now, Neo and Taz on the rotate. Bialy still in position. Taz not going to drop down, does get a glimpse on Dupree, but it's a fake! It's a fake! Snacks is in a great position though. He should catch KGB as soon as he comes around the corner. Carrigan could get the revenge kill. Snacks will go for it. Now Carrigan knows where he is and he will get that kill. The rotate coming out, Dupree's making tracks, but the bomb going to get caught out! Yeah, Taz will find him, and he pops around the corner, finds a head of Dupree. Nice little fake out from TSM. Almost worked, if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
It's a Scooby-Doo reference, I like it. Well, obviously Virtus.pro had no choice but to win that round as well. Nice little classy stuff there from Taz at the end of the round. But if you have a look at Virtus.pro as well on the scoreboard, I'm telling you, man, there are 3 players below 7 frags here as well. It's just not been great for them. Bialy having a very, very quiet game himself here. So TSM, you give them an inch and they'll take a mile, especially at this point, especially flying so high here. But let's see what they do. They've actually gone to force up some deagles here as well. Flashes and a smoke in the mix. Plenty of armor as well.
Yeah, we've seen some very successful deagle work as well from TSM, from many teams, honestly, over the past, but it doesn't seem that one's going to connect. It was Neo. Didn't really take much damage, just down to 88. Meanwhile, 21 for Dupree, so that didn't work out for him. Snacks is going to get challenged around the corner. KGB with that Tech 9. Oh, Carrigan nearly taking KGB's head off there. Now that's going to force them back. The bomb in the hand of Carrigan, but it's Zibnix that's trying to beat the distraction, and he finds Bialy on B. That's open B sides up. I don't think TSM realize it, though, because they're backing away and pushing towards A, where 3 members of Virtus.pro are. The rotate from Virtus.pro is going to sell the fake. A side's wide open. Taz is the only man there.
These two teams are like night and day right now. These are mistakes that VP can't afford to be making, and yet they are. Device won't get quite as lucky as his teammates on towards Taz, but he will drop eventually anyway. And Solo Mid force up for pistols and crush Virtus.pro. A glimmer maybe for them after winning the pistol round, but now it's all but snuffed out.
Man alive. How many times have we seen these second rounds? But this was just deagles. This is just pure deagle work, pure aim work. And it works out well for TSM. 14-3, that puts Virtus.pro in the dumpster right now. Nothing at all really being bought up by them. Just the odd pistol here and there for whatever flavor the player may like. But TSM collecting the weapons, collecting the rifles, and in full control of this matchup. 14-3 the score. Neo and Taz trying to push around the corner, but Zibnix just mowing them down with the SMG.
Oh, what can VP do now, really, is TSM just so much momentum, so much impetus as well. They're feeling confident, and you can see it. It's all over their gameplay right now. 2 smokes towards B. Bialy and Taz huddling behind those ones now as well. Taz wants a high advantage. It's going to be a Molotov to Zipmix just to clean out some of these little spots here. But still, once they get to grips with Virtus.pro, this could get ugly. Bialy is able to get on towards Zipnix. Dupree behind the sandbags. Flash for a moment, but he still takes down Bialy.
Had to try and get that weapon. That's what he wanted, the SMG, but Dupree held the angle. Now Carrigan's coming through Monster as well. He's going to get a vision of Taz and Pasha just coming around the side there. But it will be Dupree that should be challenging it round as we get a little stutter. It seems to be totally frozen. Nice! Nice one, GoTV.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We'll be back in a sec, I'm sure.
RIP, I believe, is what's going into Twitch chat right now. Lag or RIP, I'm not too sure which it is, but Carrigan, beautiful form, beautiful figure, and he's played fantastically well. It is, honestly, you look at the scoreboard, it's 22 kills for Device, great first half from him. He has got 5 deaths now, which, you know, is less than ideal, but 18 for Cajun B, 19 for Carrigan. All across the board, they're doing well. Dupree actually the only one that hasn't really picked up too many kills or assists, but I guess when the rest of his team are getting the kills left, right, and center, someone's got to get left out.
Yep, I think Dupree's more than happy to be the delegate of that role at this stage here as VP. You know what, it's a shame as well. The Polar Bears bow out of this one, not with a triumphant roar, but by the seams of it, after this round we'll know, but more of a whimper, as it were, as we see the double mag 7 buy coming for Pasha and Taz. Maybe something towards Connector here to create some opportunities and just be solid there, but Team Solo Mid, you cannot fold them right now. They look sterling in every aspect of their play.
They tried to go aggressive and Neo ate a nade straight in the mouth. 57 health straight down, and they're going to push around him. Snacks is trying to get himself tucked in around. He does get himself one, but Carrigan's pushing up behind him. Zipnix also coming through. Connector will find him. Pasha, he's going to get challenged out. Mag 7 not working for him. And TSM, they're just rolling on through Virtus.pro.
That's it. Only 3 players left. Taz, Neo, and Bialy here. The final stand for Virtus Pro, especially on this one. TSM have just pillaged their way through this match and never really given Virtus Pro a chance there. There's Neo with the scout. There's Neo with 2 scouts, hoping for something truly beautiful, but he will be shut down by Dupree, and it is Bialy who's just now on the rotate here. Caught at bank. A lot of smoke coming up here. The bomb ticks away.
Yeah, no vision whatsoever. Totally smoked out. Bialy can't do a thing about this. He's basically got to go headless chicken through that smoke and hope that something works out for him. He's going to try and rotate back to the other side. Gets re-smoked straight away. Can't do a thing. Has to push through. Goes through blind. Straight into Zipnix. Clean, clinical stuff from Team Solo Mid. 16-3 the score on Overpass. That is what you call decimation. That's a very solid TSM as we look towards moving towards that major, and more importantly, playing Envy next.
Like you said as well, sends a very strong message, not only to Virtus Pro, but those other top teams, is that TSM are ready, they are prepared, they are definitely well-oiled, and they're looking to come out very, very strong, of course, in this next game. But as you said as well, the big events coming around the corner. Very hard to fault TSM here, and Virtus Pro seemed listless this game.
Yeah, no messing around, no doubt about it. No way through for TSM, and they are going to go through to the next matchup. So, Envious are next on the bill up against TSM. Can they challenge them? We'll find out. It is going to be on Inferno, so it's going to be a much slower affair, no doubt about it. And a very close one, I feel. Join us after the break.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters. Delta Time's debating against it. Oh, it's beautiful. Exist. 2 kills could never be so important. Gonna go for it behind the fountain. Kerrigan's just gonna charge him down. He's gonna miss quite a few pistol shots. Kenny out. He won a kill, and then he gets the second. Kenny punches around.